Hi guys, I'm really glad to be back again this morning, and I wanted to let you know that the journals aren't going to go out today because we had a snow squall yesterday afternoon just when I was getting ready to go to the post office, and it became a bit difficult. So today we are going to just look at and talk through my 2019 journals, sort of planners, and what I used and what worked and what didn't, and my thoughts for 2020. So here we're just looking at the Chic Sparrow Maverick. This has been my mainstay all year. I've really loved it. You can see there are a couple of scratches, a couple of watermarks, and here I'm just showing you sort of how the front has aged versus the back. And then inside I have just a few things in the pocket there, a couple of just sort of some pretty decoration things, and a couple of, like, that is a little envelope of book darts and a Chic Sparrow sticker. And then we have some free sort of leather samples from Gillio, just trying out the fuchsia leather and the grey croco mat there. So the first book is a Moleskine pocket size. It's the New York City edition. And I've just really enjoyed having this extra notebook in here for notes, for kind of trying things, just little sketches, and just keeping passwords and all that kind of stuff, because there really isn't room for that in the daily Moleskine. That was my daily sort of journal / planner this year. And so I'm just kind of showing you through how I've kind of used that. I did use the map pages for sketching, and yeah, so anything that had the writing on it, I enjoyed sketching over that and writing over that and just trying pens out and different things like that. And then there are notes pages which I enjoyed using, and I think this is more where you can keep shops and things like that. But I just kind of did anything that I was working on, used that for all that kind of stuff. And I cut the pocket off at the back so that it would sit in both books, so that it would sit kind of, I wouldn't expand too much, because I was getting an elastic mark on the back of the book, and I had already loosened the elastic, and I just didn't want to sort of have that mark, that really strong indentation there. So this is the Moleskine Daily, and this is basically what I have used all year. I've really enjoyed using it. It's the pocket size, so it's quite small. And then this was my 2019 sort of phrase, instead of like a word of the year. And you can see kind of, I haven't really done much to these first pages since I kind of got them ready at the beginning of the year and sort of set them up. I just kind of have left them, and mainly I just flip to the day that I'm on. And the thing that I have really enjoyed this year is just getting down a little bit every day. So I've probably missed about a week here and there over the year, but I've just sort of been trying to figure out how to get back into the habit of daily journaling, and this has actually been perfect, because it gives you a little bit of space. It's not much pressure. I can write a bit more, or I can, sketch a bit more on the day if I want to, or I can just write a tiny little sentence and then move on to the next day. So I've really enjoyed that aspect of it. Some days I've done like lists of things I needed to do, lists of things we have done, appointments that needed to be organised. I've enjoyed kind of sort of using it to draft out little ideas that I'm working on as well, and just to kind of see what comes out. Like, I've really enjoyed, on the top right there, I've really enjoyed doing those and creating those this year, and I think I'll try and create some printables of those types of letter numbers for your journal pages. But I've just really enjoyed kind of seeing what's come out of it, and ideas and things that I'm having. So like, I really enjoyed this little circus tent, and I did something like that a few times this year. I've kind of used it as a part planner, part journal, and part, I guess, sketch drafts and things that I've wanted to delve into a little bit more in my sketchbook, or things that I just wanted to keep a quick note of and then go back to. So it's all been a really interesting and exciting sort of year of this kind of journaling style for me. And when we get into what I'm using for 2020, it's a similar kind of thing, but it's taken me actually. I started thinking about this sort of halfway into the year because I felt like I wanted to change, but then I stuck with this, and I'm actually really glad I did, and that I have the whole year in one book, and it's been useful to be able to sort of flip back to and see when appointments were and things like that. But also just to have kind of a tiny narrative snapshot of the whole year in one place, and I've just really enjoyed that. And so here you can see I've been working on things for the journals for quite a while, quite a few months. And so also, because, and you can see here, like I've just used a little sad face emoji. I can't even remember what happened that day or if it was just a hard day, but just that kind of shows you don't have to write something every day. You can just sort of put something on the paper, denoting what that day was about, or how how it was for you. It might have been happy, hard, and then kind of move on. Here I was trying a little pocket idea that I had, so I just wanted to get that in the journal and kind of remind myself, yes, I want to use this later, or I want to try this, or do something with it. And here I'm just sketching out some houses. I've been really enjoying all the little die cut houses and things like that out there, so I was just inspired by that and wanted to sketch that. And here you can see I did a whole list, and I kind of listed out things that I needed to kind of get finished. And I realized that I'm not really a lister, so once I put it down on paper, like it's in my head, the whole list that I need, the running kind of list I need to do. And then once I sat down to journal, like to create, because I'd kind of put the list on paper, I'd sort of forgotten it a bit. And so I sort of, for me, that I figured out I need to just not necessarily make, all the lists, which was interesting. So this was the other contender for my 2020 lineup. I was thinking about using these standard size notebooks. They're the 2 months and sort of a daily for 2 months, and I really enjoyed using this this year as kind of an extra journal. So on days that I had a little bit more to write, or if I needed to write out anything else, I could put it in this journal. And I've really liked this insert, and so this was my other contender for next year, but I ended up going with something else. But I think I'm going to come back to these at a time when I have a little bit more time. Like, for example, I feel like this is going to be a really busy year, and I want to use one of these inserts when I have a little bit more time to invest in it, because I feel like some really nice things will come out of it. So I'm still using a standard size next year, which you'll see, but it's going to be more of a junk journal style, where I want to come back to this at a time where I can use it daily, and I know that I'm going to get a lot of use out of it and just really enjoy creating in that space. Even this part of this page, I wrote kind of halfway through the year when I just wasn't sure, like, if things were going well or what I was doing. And from that time, I sort of started working on these other type of junk journals and the journals that I'll be offering and things like that. So sort of there was a change there, and I was excited about that, and to see that and to have that recorded. So this has been sort of my mainstay this year, the Chic Sparrow Maverick Pocket Plus this is, and the Superior Labour Leather Pen Roll. So basically every day I have used both of these items, pretty much every day this year. And as you can see, my journaling is pretty minimal in this journal, just so that I can commit to it daily. So I have a few extra supplies in here, some pencils that I like, some different fountain pens, some different coloured sort of markers. And basically that is just, what I use on the daily. So that's been really nice this year to know that that's there. And then these are the kind of all the notebooks and journals and planner style things that I will be using for this year. So what I ended up going with is the Midori 1 day, 1 page A6 size. So I'm going to kind of show you here. It's a little bit larger than the pocket. So I felt like I needed a little bit more room, but I didn't know if I was ready to go, commit to the full standard size per day. So I have a little bit more room here with this, and it's a similar kind of concept to the one that I've been using this year. So I feel like I'm still going to be able to, use it and enjoy it. So I think I will be getting a chic sparrow as well to go, for with this year. I just haven't gotten one yet. I'm thinking about the Hemingway Havana. Is that the dark brown one? Or maybe a creme in the lighter brown. So yeah, I'm one of those. But here I'm just kind of showing you in. I've used a little bit of, I play with my pen in here to see if the ink's going to bleed through or how the paper takes it, and I really enjoy it. So I've written my word for the year there, which is effloresce, which is to blossom. And I thought it was a really pertinent word this year, and just a really nice one. So I kind of wanted to use that for my word this year. And then here you can see just the monthlies, and then that these are the daily pages. So I am pretty excited to use this actually. So the challenge for the Moleskine for this year was the lined paper. And I really, I don't like lines. And once I realized that I could work around that and I could still use that, that was a really nice kind of achievement. And so I think, this year this one will also offer different challenges and things that I can work around as well. And here is an assortment of things that I want to use with a Travelers Company standard size Travelers notebook. So this is the dark brown, and I had wanted to put one of these sort of junk journals that I have made and use it with a couple of these other notebooks and folders and things. So I've just kind of pulled out one here that I've actually already pre-made. And one of the things is, because I've been having problems with the shop update, if anyone is really wanting one, just DM me or email me at heirloomlux@hotmail.com, and I will be happy to sort of sort something out or hold one for you or something like that. So I'm just kind of showing you here the finished product, because my one isn't actually bound yet, but this is kind of my thoughts. This is how I was kind of thinking that I would use it, but I think it might be too chunky with all this in, so I'll just kind of see where it ends up going. But so I wanted to put this classic-y envelope in here, so I really love this at the beginning, and I can use it with my little pieces of vellum that I have in there, which I'm working on little emblems and logos and things. I can put that at the front. And then this is a leather folder. I think it's by 11.61 soft goods, but I got it from Baumkuchen. And I really enjoy this. I can use it to keep, stickers, to keep things that I want to use in the journal. And I was actually looking for my Pel Studio, because I have some paper blush bar and My Newest Addiction little icon stickers, which I really want to use through the journal this year. So there are some planner stickers that I have which I really love, and I'm not kind of planning in the traditional way, but I still want to use some of those stickers in this book. And also some Two Little Bees stickers, which I always love her stickers as well. So here is the, I actually got this pamphlet from Baumkuchen with the notebook order, and I really love it. So I just wanted to put that in the kind of mix somewhere and possibly use it for journaling or collaging. And here is the actual notebook that I got. So I really like this, the colours of it. And then I hadn't actually seen inside yet. So it's got a really nice inside. And then the paper is brown paper with white dots, which I really love this as well. And so as you'll see in a minute, like that was kind of my idea of what I wanted to fit into this. I think it was a bit ambitious, so I don't know that it's all going to fit in there. But if it was just a little bit wider, it really would be really nice. So the other thing I was thinking was maybe getting a Chic Sparrow Maverick, just a classic, so that could sort of all fit in there as well. So those are some kind of ideas that I'm weighing up and debating at the minute. But I still really love this one from Travelers Company, so I'm definitely going to be using that as well. The other thing is, when I got this Travelers Company standard size, it was quite oily. When I got the passport size, it was just really nicely kind of aged. But if you get them and they're really oily, you can leave them in the sun for a few days, not completely in a row. Like, I'd give it a break, otherwise it kind of dries a little bit brittle. But you just want to start putting it in the sun and get, or a dry place, and get rid of some of that oil, and then it goes into a really, really nice leather. But what I'm showing you here is a notebook that I have. I got this from Jenny Bick, I think, and also this one as well, which I really love. So I'm just going to use these for extra notebooks for this year, but I just wanted to show you because they're both really interesting, and they have kind of different papers inside, which I like. Something different that kind of already jump starts the creative process, because you're already thinking creatively from the get-go. So that is basically my lineup for the year. These are actually also 2019, I would call them 2019 fails. They didn't really work, but I still really love them. So I can still repurpose these at any time and kind of use them as notebooks or for something creative. I really still love the covers, and so they are just kind of in the mix there. I just wanted to show them to you as well, that you don't have to use everything all the time. You can kind of leave some things until they have a need, or you can kind of figure out what to use them for. And not all sizes will work and things like that, which is totally fine. So this is kind of my thoughts for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.